Today we're building a $2,000 PC. It's gonna have an RTX 3070 Ti, a Ryzen 7 5800X, liquid cooling, and much, much more. Let's get into the video. So this video is gonna be broken up into 3 parts. I'm gonna teach you how to build this thing from top to bottom. Then I'm gonna teach you how to install all the software to get this thing running. After that, we're gonna put it to the test and run some games and see how much FPS we can get out of this monster PC. So let's go ahead and start the building process, shall we? So the first step to any build is unboxing the motherboard. I have an X570 chipset Gigabyte Elite Wi-Fi motherboard, and I'm really excited to see what this thing is packing. Whoo-wee. This will always be in a static guard when you get them. I usually take them out. Oh, and inside you'll find all the goodies, which is the cables. This is for the Wi-Fi. It comes with the little Wi-Fi piece right there. There's a little magnet on there. This is some cables, SATA cables for your hard drives. And these are your M.2 screws, as well as a little extender connection and the stickers. Also really helpful to read the, user manual. This will show you how to install your RAM, because sometimes certain motherboards do it differently. You might be in a second and fourth slot, what have you. Also, what we had is some little software on this CD, which, I mean, this is pretty much a fossil at this point. But what I do like to do is I like to get this and go ahead and put the motherboard on top of it, which actually covered the motherboard with some trash. And I will install my CPU on the motherboard. We have to open up our CPU, and that is pretty simple because the CPU, even though it's a big box, it literally takes up like one small area of the box. I'll show you. Giant box takes up just a corner. So this is the Ryzen 7 CPU. You really want to be careful not to mess with the pins. Comes with a sticker as well. I love the stickers, okay? I put them on my builds. And installing a CPU is very easy. If you look on the CPU, there's a little tiny arrow. And if you look on the motherboard, there's also a tiny little arrow, and you're just gonna mash up the arrows, drop it in, and we're gonna lock it into place. And so how we're gonna do this is we're gonna lift up this little lever right there, arrow to arrow, and it'll fall into place. You don't have to push it down or anything like that. Go ahead and pull the lever down, click, we've installed the CPU. That easy. All right, so the next step, we're gonna be installing our M.2 2TB SSD right there. So the first thing, obviously, is unboxing the SSD. It is beautiful. All we have to do now is just take off the heatsink cover for the M.2. Just take that off, bam. And all you're gonna do here is just insert it, kind of like I don't even know what degree that is, but just gonna insert it a little bit like this. Prop itself up. You're just gonna take this off, reinsert this right there, and then voila, it is in, just like that. Very easy. So usually the next step right after this is I install RAM. However, we do have an AIO liquid cooler, and it's gonna have a huge part that's gonna sit right on top of the CPU, and I need as much room as I can work with, so we're gonna go ahead and install the motherboard straight to the case right now. I'm not gonna lie to you, this PC case is gigantic, and we're gonna have to install it this way. Oh, goodness. Also, I forgot to mention the case this is the iQOO Corsair 5000X RGB case in white. So here is the inside of the case, and as you can see, there's these little things right here that are sticking up. These are called standoffs, and that's what we're gonna put our motherboard on top of. Also, if you check right here, this is called an IO shield. If you get a different motherboard than this build that I'm doing right now, it may not have this already installed. This one's already installed, so we're just gonna go ahead and just literally slide this right in. So we're gonna pop it in like that. And if you follow the IO shield and just connect it with, if you just follow the IO shield, then you'll know it's going right on top of the standoffs. And I think this has already installed itself. Wow, that's amazing IO, just popped right into place. Sometimes it can be tricky. All right, so with the case comes a little box. Get the box that's gonna have screws for your motherboard. They're gonna look like this right here. Let's go ahead and install these. So now we have finished installing our motherboard It is inside. Now it's time to install the liquid cooler. And the cooler we got is the iQOO H150i Elite Caplix. And I got this big PC because I was hoping to install the radiator on the top, so I have 3 fans in the front and 3 fans on top. So hopefully there's enough room for us still to do that. All right, so when you open it up, you're gonna have, obviously, just kidding, you should always read your manuals. Okay, but we can't throw this. You're gonna have all of this. And these are your fans. You're gonna have to install the fans to the radiator. This is your radiator right here. And a lot of people are always scared, but if you look right there, what do you see? It's thermal paste. And you don't have to worry about putting thermal paste on. That's like been a big thing, but they have been pre-applying thermal paste on coolers for the longest time. Some coolers obviously don't, but most do come with pre-applied thermal paste. Be very careful not to smear the thermal paste. The radiator, I think, is gonna fit. I'm very excited because I was real nervous about that. Okay, you're gonna have your fan controllers and you're gonna have your AM4 adapter and other type of adapters as well. So let's go ahead and take this. Oh my gosh, it is absolutely stunning though. From my view right here, this is beautiful. Just the radiator itself is amazing. Oh my God. So now we're gonna go ahead and install the fans on the radiator, and as you can see, I am gonna put them with the stickers facing up right here. And all you're gonna do is just put these long screws in like so to install them. I'm also gonna have the cords, all these cords coming out on this side, because this side is the side that's gonna be facing towards the rear of the case. That way I can hide the cords behind. Now that the fans are installed, let's go ahead and install this on the case. So now we're gonna install our AIO right up here. This is the top of the case. However, I'm gonna have to take this little top part off right here. And the amazing thing about this case is it just pops right off. Look at that. Oh, be careful with the glass, as always. We'll change that later. You're gonna take this little magnetic dust shield off. Where's the little piece? There it is. Woo! Bam, take this right there off. Now it's time for installation. To install this, you're gonna use these little screws right here. So this is why I said to have the cords face on the bottom, because you see these little slots, that's where the cords are gonna go right into. Put that right there. And this one right there. Over there. This one could go right there. We're gonna go ahead and install this right there. Look at this, it's gonna look so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and install our AIO pump. And as you can tell right here, it has these little things. We're gonna have to replace those with our AM4 slots. But before we do that, we're gonna have to go and take these things off right here. I forget what they're called. Doesn't really matter. We're gonna have to take those off. And we're gonna have to put our little AMD extension screws on top of there as well. So this is the scary part. You're gonna have to take off this protective coating right here. All right, it's okay if the thermal paste already met the CPU, because if you have it lined up properly, it's gonna be where it needs to be. Then, voila. Done with that step. That was a doozy. And one thing I am noticing though, right along here, is the AIO is taking a lot of space up, and I hope that I have enough room for my CPU power cable. And if I don't, I really don't want to, but I may have to move the AIO to right over here on the front and put the fans on top, which I kind of don't want to do that. But if If it comes to that, I will. All right, so now that the AIO is installed, it's time for the RAM. And we are installing 32 gigabytes, 2 sticks of 16 gigabyte, 3600 speed RGB RAM. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. If you're in a situation where you're not sure which little slot to put your RAM sticks in, because sometimes it goes a 1, 2, 2, 4, look in your user manual and it will show you. So to install a RAM, it's very easy. There's a notch right here, lined up with the notch right there. You're just gonna put it in like this. And then once it snaps, you're done. Same way with the other one. And then this, it is installed. Now it comes for the crazy part, and that is putting the power supply in and plugging everything up. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and unbox our power supply, 850 watts, because we do have RTX 3070Ti and they are juicers. Let's go ahead and get this baby open. Oh my goodness. The packaging, I don't know why I love the packaging. Like I said, it's always, this is all the cables that you can hook up to your CPU, your motherboard, or what have you. This will power to the wall, obviously. And this is the baby. It's an alien. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. Absolutely. Thank goodness I opened it from this side too, so I've seen that. Throw that over there. Look at it. It's absolutely stunning. Oh my goodness. Silent operation at low to moderate loads, and this fan mode will not spin. It's very helpful for people who do not know that. It's kind of a common thing. I feel like now mine does the same thing. So when we install this, see this fan right here, you're gonna wanna have it pointing down on the case. Let's go ahead and get the case and put the motherboard in there. So on this Corsair case, it has this neat little compartment that is right back here. It has a little hole, and if you open it up, it's a door. And back in here, this is where you're gonna install the CPU. And as you can tell, there's this gap, and that's why I said you're gonna wanna have the fan facing down. Now this is a fully modular power supply. What that means is that it has no cables connecting. It's just the power supply, and the cables connect later. So I'm gonna have to take these little two nozzle, there's like 2 screws right here. I'm gonna have to take those out. Anyways, this should have just a little click. There it goes. All right, we're gonna have to move that down. As you can tell, there's little slots right here, and you can move it down as far as down here. And that's what we're gonna have to do, because this power supply is huge. All right, so let's go ahead and install the power supply. Like I said, fan down, right down here. All right, and just slide it in like so. So we're just gonna keep this here, this power supply, because we're gonna have to plug up all these cables, and it's gonna be okay for the power supply to move around, because we're gonna have to work our way around. Like I said, in here, there's a CPU slot that I really feel like this radiator fan might touch. I don't want it to, and if it doesn't, that is a good thing for the build, because then this build is gonna look flawless. If it does, I'll be gutted. All these cables, they are solid black. I was gonna get some different cable sleeves, extenders, but I did not. Okay, CPU cable is the big one. I really want to make sure this thing is going to fit. So let's go ahead and get the CPU cable. They're all labeled, like I said. Okay, this is your motherboard, because it is a huge 24 pin. That's how you know, and it should be labeled motherboard. Actually, I don't know, honestly know if it is. It just says type 4. That's how you'll know. And as you can tell right here, it has a motherboard. I don't know if you can. This goes into the motherboard because it's obviously all connected. And this one does not. And that's what you're gonna do, is you're gonna plug this right up there. And then, it's hard to do with one hand. Same with the CPU cable. Okay, we're gonna get the CPU cable. We're gonna put this right there. And now we can put this on inside again and plug up the CPU and the motherboard. So as you can tell, this is, if I can stop getting blurry, this is the motherboard pin, and that is where the motherboard is gonna go into. We're just gonna go ahead and plug that up, and it's gonna come at it like this. I don't know if you see that. Sorry, okay. So we're gonna go ahead and curve it in like this. There's a little snafu. Now the motherboard is powered. However, like I said, we gotta see the CPU cable and make sure it's gonna fit. On the CPU fan, when you undo it, this right here, you're gonna go ahead and put it through the back. And then on this CPU fan, you're gonna go ahead and put it right up into that one right there. It'll say CPU OPT and CPU fan on the side right back here. They're labeled. These little plugins are labeled. On mine, like I said, I put this cord on the back because that's going to plug into this is the CPU code. That's going to plug into the little CPU control system you have, or the RGB control system, like I said. And then the CPU fan, you're going to plug this little 3-pin into the CPU fan, so that will go right here. And I know it has 4. Don't worry about it. You're gonna use the far left 3 because that's where the little attachment's at. I hope you can see. All right, and bam, there it is. Now let's try to get the CPU plugged in. Okay, so if this does not intrude, then we are golden, pony boy. Okay. There we go. Yeah, it works. It's not gonna intrude on the fan. It is a little close to comfort, but hey, it works. Now it is time to unbox the almighty 3070 Ti. We're gonna go ahead and install this into the case as well. I am super excited. If you haven't known about this, but graphics cards have been insanely hard to find, but it is the summer of 2022 right now, and things are looking up. Prices are dropping. I got this for 700 bucks, so I'm very excited. Let's go ahead and, if I can, see what she looks like. Oh, it was suction cupped. Whoa. Oh my goodness, she's a beauty. The box itself. Oh my goodness, feasting my eyes upon heaven. Oh, she's a massive card. Oh my goodness. Where is the opening? Right here it is. It is a massive, massive card. Oh my gosh. Oh man, it's so big. Oh my goodness, I am in love. This is a heavy boy too. The sag on this is gonna be insane. This PC is only getting heavier and heavier. To install this, we're gonna have to unscrew a couple of spots right here. So how we can figure out which ones to unscrew is we take the graphics card, which it's gonna be sitting in like this. We take it, and you always want to put it on the first PCI slot. So we're gonna have it, and we know now from measuring, we're gonna have to take off these two right there. If I can take it off, okay. And then these will pop right out, like so. Also, there's a little spar here. Take that off. Looky here. Now, she's in. Ladies and gentlemen, the card is in. Now that it's in, it's locked in, we're gonna take those two screws we just unscrewed with, we're gonna screw them back in now. All right, now screw it in. Yes, sir, she's in there. Now it's time to get the PCI cables. They are labeled PCI, as you can tell, PCI, and we're gonna plug them up and plug it into the power supply. Now on this side won't have it, but this side right here, it's gonna have two little spots. On these two things, it's 16 pin, and this is a 16 pin GPU. You're just gonna put them side by side, and you're gonna plug it in like so. Let me put, you have to smash them together. You have to plug it in right there. And then the next one, exact same way. Bam! Now we're gonna get the rest of this cable and we're gonna follow it through towards the back. It will look great. On the back, like I said, we have the PCI cable, and it is right there, as you can tell, PCI CPU. And we're just gonna come back here. There we are, and it is plugged up. And now that it's all hooked up, we can go ahead and screw this in. So let's go ahead and slide it in right there. And as you see back here, this is some case fan. It's basically what this controller right here is, and it's on the back already. So these are the case fans hooked up as well. So I'm gonna put one more fan on the back of this and plug it up into these. And remember what I said, there is a fan right here. Make sure the fan is facing the bottom so the air can come through right here. So it looks like it's upside down, but this is the right way to do it. And these are the power supply screws. We're just gonna go ahead and screw them in. Let's get it correct though. There it is. It is ready to go. Let's turn it around. Oh! So now we're gonna go ahead and install our hard drive. Like I said, this is a Barracuda 2 terabyte regular hard drive. We're gonna put it into this, and then once we put it into this, we're gonna install it back into like right here. So let's go ahead and get this started. So you can see right here, this has got a little expansion bay right here, and you're just gonna take this right there. It's very simple. Just open that, pop it in the corner right here. There we go. And it's just in there now. Like that, like so. You can screw it in if you want to. I think there's some screw holes right there. Oh, right here. You can screw it in if you want to. I'm not going to. And we're just going to slide it. Bam. Ready to rock and roll. Let's get this bad boy right here. And you can plug it up like so. Bam. And then you get your... Oh my gosh. And then you get your SATA power cables, which you plugged in from the power supply. And then you plug it up like so, and right there, powered, and then plug this up to the motherboard, and it's ready to go. But we're gonna go ahead and put it back inside. We have to make it fit. And then obviously you just, once you slide it back in there, you just slide it in like that, and then just apply these screws again. Now it's time to plug up all the case cables, the fan cables, and all of the other cables. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the fans real fast because they're already like up here. I'm just gonna work our way down. So these are all from the AIO. So we gotta go ahead and take little, I forgot what they are, little twisties off. And then we're gonna put the controller for it right here. So what this is on it right here, oh no, this will plug into the motherboard. But this right here, on this right here, this little machine right here, it's actually gonna plug up into your SATA again. Like I said, you're gonna have those little power cables, and we're just gonna go ahead and hook up this case cable as well so that I can show you. So this SATA cable for your power supply comes with like 2 of these. We're gonna go ahead and plug up this one like right here. Let's see, where's that at? See, as you can tell, it fits in there. And then on your case cables, it has one as well right there, and we're gonna plug that one into right here. Let me find the right there. And so these two are now powered. We're going to put these back in there, which this came with some stickies for the back. Let's go ahead and take this off right here. So it came with some double-sided tape. We got the double-sided tape on there. So double-sided tape is on there. This way is up. Let's go ahead and there we go. That is now secured on there. And I just realized we're gonna have to have one more SATA cable because we have the one more that thing is connected to the power supply. Same thing up here. All right, so now that that's there, we're gonna plug this one up. There we go. Same thing, just plug it up. And this is for the fan controller on the case because this has a controller on the case. Same thing, it's plugged up, it's now powered. So we just need the USBs for it. And let's go ahead and put this on the inside again by the power supply. All right. So this cord's from the CPU AIO, and then we're just gonna go ahead and put it underneath right there. And it's now plugged up. Okay, so now let's separate this. This is to the cord. All these are basically to the, let's go ahead and just unplug this so that way you can see it better. So you have fan cords. Where's this one at? Fan cords and fan cords. So all of these are fan cords. So the RGB you're gonna plug into where it says RGB hub, and then the other one is to power the fans. So let's go ahead and do that. Alrighty, there's that. That's done. We're gonna plug this one into here, like so. And just repeat this process for all the fans. Okay, so now, like I said, it's cable managed up here. Look at that. However, we have the case cables. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna run it through underneath here, so that way we can plug it in on the opposite side. So let's get this going. So now we have all these CPU cables right here, and I bet you're wondering, like, where do I plug them up at? And if you can see, it says like USB 3.0, USB. That is actually where you're gonna plug it up. Most of this stuff is labeled, as you can tell, USB. However, for the power, it'll say right here, it'll say like the power LED, the power switch, and that's what it'll look like on this far back one, where my finger's at right there. And you can just go ahead and plug up, because they are also labeled. This is the only one, the rest of these, like I said, are labeled in the back. But this one, in the far corner, right here, is not labeled, it's just really tiny. But this on your motherboard will show you, in the manual motherboard, it'll show you where to plug, wherever all these pins, exactly what they mean, and that's exactly what you'll plug up into. So I'm gonna try and get this as close as possible to where you can see what I am doing, but I can't promise anything. As you can see, hopefully, this is what we're dealing with here. Those two or USB, they just literally were called USB. You plug those up where it says USB. That one over there in that corner was the audio. And then now where it says USB 3.0, right there is where you're gonna plug up this thick USB 3.0 at. And install the power switch, the power, the LED, the whole 9 yards. So the power switch goes right there. Oh my goodness, I did it. It is done. That's it right there. Oh, that was so difficult because they're so tiny. And I had the graphics card right above it, so obviously it made it even more difficult. And so, this right here, that's a USB-C, and this is for your USB-C on the USB-C on the case. And we're just gonna go ahead and then that's what we're just gonna do. We're just gonna plug that up. This is the USB-C, and just plug that right up on the motherboard where it says USB-C. All right, and now, my friends, we are done. So now we are going to take this glass off, and we're gonna apply our last fan, which is gonna be right here. We're gonna go ahead, like I said, we're gonna unscrew it in from the back though, and I'm gonna have the sticker facing this way because these are intakes and this is gonna shove it outwards. So now we are finished and I've plugged it in. Will it turn on? Let's check it out. I feel like with the power switch, when it flicks on, something's gonna happen. Hold on. Oh. It's alive! So now that the PC is done, we're gonna move on to step 2, which is installing software like Windows 10. And this has Windows 10 already installed in it. However, if you don't know how to put Windows 10 on a USB, I'm about to show you. So the first thing you're gonna do, it's very simple. Just go to windows.com. At windows.com, you're gonna find software downloads. And you're just gonna go to Windows 10, or I recommend 11, since we are going to 11. Then scroll down to where it says create Windows 10 installation. Click download now. This is gonna pop up. Click create installation media from USB drive. And then this is pretty much already done. Just click next. And then it'll say choose which media to use. Click USB, hit next. It'll then ask you which USB you want to use and click whichever USB you plugged into your computer that you want to use. When you click next, it'll just do its thing. And that's it, you're finished. Now you're gonna get the USB device, plug it into a USB slot on your motherboard, and start your PC. Once the PC has booted, you'll see this screen. Hit Windows 64-bit, select the language you want, and hit next. When you see the screen, enter your product key if you bought Windows. If not, select I don't have a product key. Select Windows 10 Home or Pro, whichever one you want. I went with Home, accept the agreement. Now, before I started my PC, I actually unplugged my HDD, so that way I wouldn't have two identical looking 2 terabyte drives to choose from. So this is for sure my SSD, and I invite you to probably do the same thing. Anyway, select it, hit next. Bam, you have installed Windows onto your PC. Now you're just gonna have to enter the user info at the beginning, and I can show you how to update the software on your PC. So the first thing I do when I get into Windows is go to the settings, find update and security, then on the update page, check for updates. And it will probably have to restart a couple of times to be fully updated, but that's okay. The next thing we're gonna do is make sure your RAM is running at 3600 speed, because by default it's gonna be running at 2133. And how we're gonna do this is on your Windows screen, scroll down, hit Windows, go to settings, go to update and security, go to recovery, and hit advanced start, restart now. Go to troubleshoot, advanced options, and then go to UEFI firmware settings, and then restart. This is gonna take you straight to your BIOS, and in your BIOS, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna want to enable XMP. But as you can see right here, the memory, it's at 2133, and right over here to see this XMP, you're gonna go ahead and click on that. It'll say profile 1. And as you can see, when you click profile 1, it says DDR4 3600. You're just gonna go to save and exit, and now you're done with this part. After that, I get onto Microsoft Edge and search a better browser like Google Chrome and download that. Then I'm gonna go to get my GPU, CPU, and motherboard updates. We have an NVIDIA GPU, so I'm gonna go to nvidia.com and download GeForce Experience, and that will usually tell you when to update your GPU. Start the update process and install it. For the motherboard software, we're just gonna look up exactly what I bought, which is a Gigabyte X570 Elite Wi-Fi. On its page, we're gonna go ahead and go over here to support, and we're gonna download the drivers. The first one we're gonna get is the audio driver. Make sure to get the Windows 10 ones. We're gonna get that one right there. You're gonna scroll down and get your chipset. Now you only need to get one chipset because this is for integrated graphics cards like the 3600G and other things. So you're gonna go find the Windows, oh, here's it right here, Windows 10 chipset. The newest one, it says Windows 11 and Windows 10. So we're just gonna go ahead and download this one right here. Then we're gonna scroll down to the LAN. It's also Windows 10, Windows 11. We'll download that one. We're gonna go to this one, and this is the Intel Wi-Fi driver for Windows 11 and Windows 10. So we're gonna get this one right here. It's the most recent one. Then you go get your Bluetooth driver. It's Windows 10 as well. After downloading your Wi-Fi, you are done updating your motherboard. You could update the BIOS if you want to. I highly recommend it, but that is not gonna be in this video. To install it, it's very, 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 very simple. All you have to do is open it up, double click it, and click yes. And it's installing, and do that for all of these right here. And that's once they're all done, you are finished updating your motherboard. Now we're gonna go to AMD.com to the drivers and support page right here where it says auto detect and install driver updates. You're just gonna go ahead and click on that, install the software, click on it. After you click on it, it's gonna do that. It's gonna go here, just hit install. And then right here, it's just gonna auto detect everything for you. Once that's done, your chipset software has installed successfully. Now let's move on to step 3, my favorite part. Let's see what this PC can do. As you can tell right here, these are my settings for Warzone. Field of view is 110, and as you can tell the rest, I'm gonna land right on top. Make it drop. That's a whop.
Hunting. Hostile dropping into the
Okay. They got the Lodi. Scrambarino, boys. Don't come here. Don't come to Lodi. Unless you want to die. I don't even know where they're shooting from, to be honest with you. Do y'all see him? They're up top. Should I go up there? Would it be stupid of me to go up there? I'm gonna go up there. RIP, boys, give me a good funeral. He's still up here. He doesn't know I'm here.
I'm coming.
Oh! He got me.
I don't
know what he's doing.
Hell yeah.
That's called teamwork. I love it. I love it. Love to see it. Oh, right here.
They're all up here.
They'll fight for a chance to redeploy.
Yeah, I dropped the one on top of us.
There it is. Lock up shop.
Yeah. I'm gonna go on the other one. Somebody come with me this one.
No. I think we all four are down here. It's funnier that way. Oh!
They're shooting!
Lock up shop! What are we doing?
I'm shooting!
Oh, he shot an arrow in here! Fucking God, he's that goddamn door shut a door.
Penny's arc off. Oh, we're fucked.
You gotta put your shields up in front of that when they shoot the bow.
What the fuck are you doing?
Someone start reviving so I can go to the goddamn door.
What the fuck is going on?
Mess on there.
I got a shield here.
I'm closing the door. Grab the goddamn gun.
I'm stuck.
No! They got frag grenades.
I'm throwing the grenade back out.
Close that door if we can.
I can't.
Oh, they're just trying to make us dead. We gotta start reviving. What is happening? I gotta get gas mask. I gotta sit on here a while, I think.
Actually, hold on, boys. I got this. I got that.
Oh, we got that. Oh, boy, we're laughing. Here, have one of these.
Yeah.
They're a whole team.
They're all waiting right outside.
Log them. Try to make a move now. Let him open up. Hey, shot. Two left.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Oh,
They're all
shit.
coming up the stairs. Bottom boy.
I downed one. There's one in front of me.
Got one. Hey,
No way! Oh my god! Oh my god, dude! Holy moly! Oh my god! Here's my settings for Fortnite.
Has it been a while since you played Fortnite?
Oh, dude, it's been like 2 years. I'm lost. Oh. Is that behind me? Oh, it is behind me. It looks like it's going behind me. Oh. Oh, this guy. Oh, wow, that's amazing. Oh! I'm such a noob and I somehow took these guys down. I'm freaking out. Oh, there's a dude behind me. I'm scared.
But I got a shield keg if anyone needs that.
Oh my god, how? How? I'm playing bots. There's no way this is real. I don't know how I killed everybody. I'm freaking out. I killed this whole team, and this can't be real people. Because I was terrible. I had no idea what I was doing. Oh, fell off the mountain. Oh my lord. Where'd this other guy go? He's up here. I can't get up there though. Is it? Oh, never mind. I lied to you. Hey, we won. GG's team. Y'all's the one who did it. Alright, so these are my settings. As you can tell, I have field of view to 100. I have VSync disabled, enabled boost, insane, low, disabled, low, say high. And that's it. I'm going to preface this by saying I do not play Apex. This is probably my 3rd or 4th time ever playing Apex, so please bear with me. Bro, how do I get over there? Oh my god, I have no idea how to get over there. Dude, I know there's like a jump thing over here. which is, okay, so I have to go this way. Where the hell do I go?
Too spread out. You want to end up in a body bag? I sure don't.
Oh. Oh my god, that terrified me. Oh my goodness, that was, I'm so stupid. I was freaking out for a second there.
Listen up, I'm getting shot at. Enemy down. Reloading.
Contact with target.
Hostile. Danger close. Safety's out, folks. Enemies here.
Yeah, well, I'm not.
Ah! Dude, I couldn't even hear anything. I couldn't hear where they were at.
Yeah, no, I am. I'm.
Alright guys, so here we are. Grand Theft Auto. These are the settings. Graphics. I have put this on literally maximum on everything as much as I can. Look at this. We have populate. Everything is maximum. I want to see what it can do with max settings Grand Theft Auto 5. I mean, my god, I'm not even gonna lie to you. The ground looks amazing. Obviously in the high dense populated areas, we are getting a little bit of that right there. First, I need to do this real fast. Hit a little bit of that. All right. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. We gotta go back for this guy, okay? When I get into this game, there's only one thing I like to do, all right? Especially in story mode, all right? I don't know why it's just like a... No, 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 no. Come here, come here. It's a passion of mine, and it's this right here. I get a gun. I get a gun. I blast the dude. Let's get his car. It's always got to be a nice car. It's a car I like. Come on, come on, come on. And I take off to the airport 190 miles an hour while the cops chase me. That's just what I do. Immediately inside of every Grand Theft Auto session, okay? Oh! Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm not gonna lie to you, this game feels buttery smooth. I thought it was gonna be frame dropping like no other. We're staying at around 80 to 90, which is okay. Like I said, this is max settings on every little thing. On all the other games, I kind of just, you know, I kind of pulled back on something. Oh my god. I didn't expect that guy. On some of the other games, I pulled back on some settings to try to get more FPS in those games. Because most of the time, when people play those games, they're not going to be going for, like, you know, the max settings. They're going for more FPS. But on Grand Theft Auto, I love to go for max settings while trying to avoid cops. And so far, I mean, it's playing fantastic. I absolutely am enjoying it right now. It looks so good. Flying low, flying low. Whoa. Coming in, gonna land on the freeway. Shoo. Oh, didn't see those. Franklin, is that you? I am invincible, you security guard. Oh, that's not even a security guard, this is a bystander. What the heck? Anyways, that was a nice little run through. But now we're gonna test a real game, okay? These are my Minecraft settings, as you can see right here. Now this is the real test, boys and girls. This is what you need to be testing, okay? This is what I want to see. This is all I care about, is what I'm getting. What FPS am I getting on the Minecraft? Look at this, we're getting the 500 FPS. Look how beautiful, absolutely beautiful this looks. Anyways, everyone, this is Minecraft. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this build was fun. I hope I taught you how to do it, and I hope it was easy. Thank you for watching, and I will see everyone next time. If you guys liked what you're seeing today, and you want to see more of this, like and subscribe.